Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be ghosted. Well, I've got an email here from a guy who, you guessed it, he got ghosted. The sad thing about this is he actually knew this particular girl. I guess they were good friends when they were like 6, 8, 9 years old. And he matched with her with some kind of online, maybe he didn't say, but maybe it was like Tinder or Bumble or something like that. He matched with her on a dating app. Things started off really great, really hot and heavy, passionate. They became exclusive right away. And then right after that, she started becoming distant. And then poof, she ghosted his ass. And it's, the thing that's insult to injury is she said some things to him about potential romantic possibilities in the future, and he's going, why would she say that and then ghost me? So obviously he's trying to figure out what the hell fucking happened. So I have a quote that I wrote in this topic, and we're going to go through his email and see where he went wrong. And this is such a common thing. This is like, I read this, it makes the hair stand up in the back of my neck, because this is what I experienced in my late 20s, early 30s, until things just really finally clicked for me. I was like, oh, now I know what I've been doing wrong. So the quote says, women fall in love slowly over time. A woman needs time alone with her feelings in order for them to develop over time to the point that she is ready, willing, able, and open to being in an exclusive relationship. When she is ready, she will bring it up. Men who don't understand this usually try to use logic and reason to talk a woman into a commitment and lock her down. When a man does this before she is ready, it often ends in being friend-zoned, ghosted, or getting explanations that make no sense whatsoever to him. Let's go through his email. It says, hey, Coach Corey, about 2 weeks ago, I matched with a girl that I used to know and be good friends with when I was really young, maybe 6 to 8 years old. She messaged me first, and we talked for about 10 hours. He says, wrong, I know. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking for that, I mean, you could have talked to her for 45 minutes. Like, God, we got to get together. I'd love to see you. When are you available? What's your schedule like? And then make a fucking date. It's just not necessary. You talk too much. It's kind of, think about it from this perspective. It's like when you go to watch a movie that you've been waiting to see, and then your buddy's like, oh, hey, the guy dies in the end of the movie. You're like, oh, thanks, fucking asshole. Think about it. What's the reason to stick around or even go watch the movie when you already know what's going to happen? You're like, I'll just wait till it comes out on DVD or streaming. It's the same thing when it comes to dating. It's anticipation. I mean, if you look at what's in movies and TV, it's the guy has got to be in a mad dash to the finish line to put a fucking ring on her finger. Otherwise, some other dude's going to come along and rip off your girl. It's just constantly blasted out there. You got to jump through your butt to put a ring on her finger. Don't let her get away. And then the guys do what they see in the movies, and they get ghosted for their troubles. And they get, on top of that, get an explanation that doesn't make any fucking sense. So he says, then I asked her to a date, and she was super into it, giving me her number. So obviously she was really, really into you. And plus, you had obviously something to talk about because you'd known each other since you were kids. So from that perspective, you already had social proof with her. But obviously you realized it's just not necessary to talk 10 hours. But it just shows you there was a high level of chemistry there. And like, these are the kinds of things that really fucking sting when you get friend zoned or you get ghosted, because you think, I did everything right. I did what I was supposed to do. The date went really well. She loved it, and we connected well. We had a second date, which we went for a movie, and it went really, really well again. Well, obviously, movies are fine for a girlfriend or a wife, but not somebody. You just how do you create rapport? How do you even advance the courtship when you're staring at a screen? Something to think about. He says, and this time, she invited me to her house where we put on a movie and started making out. Then I tried to take it a step further, very cautiously, and she said that she wanted to take it slow. Then she offered for me to sleep with her, literally. So we did, and it went great. So it sounds like you backed up when she offered you a little bit of resistance, and obviously you did the right thing there. And when she saw that you were cool with it and didn't get butthurt upset and go, what's wrong? I thought you were into this, which a lot of guys tend to do. Instead, you were cool with it. You had a non-attached attitude. And so when she saw that you didn't lose your shit or become upset, then she's like, you can have me. Ravish me. Take me, you big boy. On the third date, she asked for it and offered a picnic. So I chose a spot, I made her food, and we spent time and talked watching the sunset on this deserted lake. I then asked her to become exclusive. Third date? You've definitely been watching too many movies, my friend. And she was taken aback a bit, because you got to understand, she hasn't had time to emotionally bond with you yet. Women fall in love a lot slower. Now you just locked her down. She hadn't heard from you, and literally 2 weeks later, now she's in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. 99.99% of the time, the woman is going to bounce on you if you do something like that. Even if she initially accepts at first, which is obviously what she does. She was taken aback a bit, but she said it was because she had never had a guy ask that question. It was always her. And what does my book teach about that? Hang out and have fun and hook up. It's the man's job to create an opportunity for sex time. It's his job to drive the courtship. Relationships, commitments, dating labels, let her bring it up. And then when she brings it up, guess what? It means she's ready. And it usually, if you follow what's in the book, takes right at week 7 for the average woman to fall in love. She said yes, of course. After that date, she texted me the following morning and asked how my morning was. So far, so good. And we chatted for a bit casually. Then that night, she started to get distant. That's when she starts going, oh, fuck. I barely know this guy. I've been seeing him for 2 weeks, and now he's already my boyfriend. She started thinking, how can I get out of this? She started to get distant. She stopped responding to texts as fast. So obviously that tells me that you were not using the phone to set dates. You were using it to get to know her and figuring, oh, well, the courtship will continue digitally. It just doesn't work that, dude. You literally end up talking her out of liking you. Because again, it's like you're giving her the whole ending to the movie in the first 2 weeks. There's no opportunity for her to go, does he like me? Does he want to become exclusive? Will he be a good boyfriend? Remember, it's a scientific fact that women are more attracted to men whose feelings are unclear. And there's nothing unclear about any of this. It's too much, way too fucking soon. I asked her to go to the club with me and some friends, and she agreed. So now it's just like, not knowing you, 2 weeks later you're in a relationship, now you're taking her out with all your buddies. Now, as I teach in the book, you don't do group dates until you're exclusive, but the exclusivity wasn't her idea, it was your idea. She agreed, saying her friend would love to come too. This distance grew over the next day, and on the following day she was very distant and said she had a lot going on at work and in life right now. Notice that never was an issue when they got together and hooked up. Oh, I got a lot going on in my life right now. In other words, what she's really trying to say is, I've just decided I don't have enough time for you, and I'm not going to make time for you at this point in my life. That's what she's really saying. So she would rather just stay at home this weekend if that was okay. I agreed with her and offered to come over on Sunday. Just like a good manservant would. Can I come over and clean your car for you? Would you like me to come over and mow your lawn? How about that toilet was backed up? I'm happy to take that apart and fix it for you. It's cute in the movies, but in real life, one-way ticket to friend zone. I offered to come over Sunday to spend a little time with her, and she agreed and said this was sweet. Sweet, he's so sweet. How sweet did she think it was? Well, let's see. On Saturday, she texted me this. Hey, smiley face. My friend convinced me to go see her. And then she says, I want to be your girlfriend and I want to be the best one ever, but there's so much going on in my life right now, I'm not sure if it's the best timing. That sounds swell. You're so freaking amazing. I really do adore you. I want to hang out with you so much. I just can't. She says, I want to hang out with you just after what I went through was really tough. And I don't know if I'm ready to fall in love right away. In other words, what she's really saying is, this is moving way too fast. I'm just not down with it. I'm not feeling it. But these things are like, it kind of makes sense, but not really. And then here's a little grenade she throws in there. The next statement is, I think friendship would be appropriate right now. That doesn't mean anything won't blossom in the future. Sure. That doesn't mean anything won't blossom in the future. In other words, let me translate that for you. It means nothing's going to blossom in the future because I've decided that you're in friend zone and I'm not feeling it. And it's been great catching up with you. Wish you all the best. She then didn't respond to my text to see her and talk about this. We need to talk. We got to get all serious. So why would she respond to that? Because she knows that you don't like the fact, because obviously you ain't the first guy she's done this to, dude. She's probably done this to dozens of guys over the course of her life who made the same mistake you did of trying to lock her down to a commitment right away. Because again, I got to get a ring on that finger. I got to lock it down because some other guy's going to come and steal her. But what really happens is she makes herself available for other guys that aren't in such a rush. And they let the love story happen naturally over time. And they let her come to them at her own pace. Because think about it. She's going to get together and she's going to have to explain. She's going to, jump through her butt more times, make up other explanations that don't make any fucking sense to you. And you're going to be using logic and reason. But, I'm a great guy. I got this. We have this connection. The sex was amazing. We've known each other since we were 8 years old. And she already knows how that conversation is going to go because she's had it probably a couple dozen times over the course of her life. And you're probably not going to take no for an answer because we got to get together and have the talk. So it's better just say, oh, I'm just really busy. Gosh, whoo, look at the time. Time for me to go. So she didn't respond to my text to see her and talk about this, and I left her alone since I thought space was the best option. Well, when somebody does that to you, you walk away and you never look back. You definitely need to review the article, 7 Principles to Get an Ex Back. And you need to read the book 10 to 15 times. Because you got to clean up your game, dude. This girl was really into you, and you talked her out of liking you by allowing yourself to do what you saw in the movies and the TV. So she removed me from Snapchat, but she left me on her Facebook friends list and on iMessage. Now it's Wednesday and still no word. My plan was, okay, so now he's, as a guy, it's like the illusion of action. I got to do something. Well, dude, that's the problem. You did too much to the point where she wants to get away from you. Now you trying to do more of what got you friend zoned is just going to cause her to block you and ghost you for good. My plan was to text her this weekend. Dude, she's ignoring you. Have some self-respect. I mean, come on. These are the actions of a guy who doesn't value himself. You're not acting like a guy who perceives himself as having anything of value to offer. In other words, you think resorting to begging, pleading, groveling, getting on your knees, please give me another chance, tell her about all the great things that you guys have, show her some spreadsheets, some PowerPoint slides, asset and liabilities, future plans, rate of return. Doesn't matter. Too much, too soon. And try again to find out what's going on. What is your advice? My advice is your pursuit of this woman is over forever. Dating is like a game of tennis. You hit the ball over the net, meaning once you contact somebody, you got to wait for them to contact you back and hit the ball back over. But obviously, you're not doing that. You're like that crazy, psychotic monkey in the zoo who's masturbating and throwing his jizz and feces at all the people because you're trying to get attention. Maybe people throw you some food or a bone. In this case, maybe she'll throw you a little panani your way, a little bearded clam your way. But the best thing you can do is walk away, never look back. If she reaches out, instead of focusing on what happened, I mean, I've explained to you what happened. You need to get familiar with the book. So again, you did good in the beginning by creating an opportunity for sex to happen, and it happened naturally. But where you fumbled the football was that you went from hanging out, having fun, and hooking up to, hey, let's have a relationship. Let's be exclusive with one another, even though we don't know a fucking thing about each other hardly because we haven't seen each other since we were 8 fucking years old. So the best advice is to do nothing. If you hear from her, invite her to your place to make dinner together. If she won't do that, withdraw the offer. Just follow exactly the protocol that's in 7 Principles to Get an Ex Back. Think of it from this perspective. She needs to earn another chance with you, not the other way around. And you're still in this mindset of, I got to prove myself to her. I got to show her what an awesome dude she is and make her realize what a mistake she did by blowing me off. The best way to do that is to focus on yourself, your mission, your purpose, and get back out there in the dating game. Because you really need to clean up your game, dude. You're in way too much of a mad dash to the finish line on the altar of marital bliss. Slow your roll, dude. It's getting you nowhere except rejected and friend zone. I know it sucks. I've been there. I experienced it way too many fucking times in my life. So if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way is to go to my website, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book whatever coaching option works for you. And I will talk to you soon.